number of whiskey boys. We're going live at 5. Ooh, ow, we're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Live at 5. What up to the chat? As always, ODDNEGROZ official. My wife. Always. Rest in peace to Chubbs. As always. Good to see you, B. Yes. Love you, Chubbs. Rip. Rip, Chubbs. Welcome to the show, guys. Anniversary of my, I assume to be Irish cat. She had an Irish vibe. She had an alpha vibe, even though she was a female. She had a female alpha vibe. So, shout out to Chubbs. You are missed, my baby. This episode is dedicated to her, as you can see in the beginning of the episode. Welcome to Live at 5, guys. We're starting off strong. We got Lindsay. Let me move out of the way. Bam. We got Flags. We're all set. Today's episode is Oh Ginger Snap. It's about this new coalition, guys. I'm all about it. The world is all about it. I think it's good. I know that it started from a TikTok trend. The woman name is Scorpio. I'll get it. I have it, actually. I've been checking her all day. She's become a phenomenon. It's kind of crazy. Overnight. Thank you for writing in the chat, by the way. Not over. I guess overnight, because she had her videos. She does like psychic stuff from the bed, but yeah, man, she's rocking and rolling now. It's Scorpio Stell. That's Scorpio. That's how I started the shit, right?
Remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people.
Scorpio Stella. That's STELLYLA 1 Mira. She is a voodoo priestess. She does all kind of stuff. She does root work. She claims to do root work for El DeBarge. So that's what's up. I never doubt people when they say things. Going forward, that's not what I do. I'm going to do a disclaimer, and we're going to get into some affirmations. Guys, welcome to Live at 5. Thank you for joining me. Today's going to be a good one. We're talking about gingers. It's about, oh, snap, being part of the family.
I don't have friends. Remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people.
I'm not going to be pressing that one a whole bunch today. All right. I want to get into. I got all types of shit planned for today. I got clips. I got facts. I wrote a script. The main thing is, do we have time? I say yes, we do. We do have time. There's always time. All right. Checking on my gears. What up to the chat? Thank you so much. All right. First things first, we're gonna get into affirmations. I'm gonna play the disclaimer so we can just keep the ball rolling. No, nonstop. Because this is not gonna be a long one, guys. Welcome to Live at 5. The show starts at 6:15. And I hope you're enjoying your Wednesday. Because I kind of am giving the somber anniversary of my dead friend, my El Gato. Mucho Supremo, Chubbs, Rip. We're going live at 5.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act.
Hopefully everyone heard that. Hope so. Okay. Let's get the ball rolling. So yeah, first we're gonna start with affirmations. I'll get into my script, get into my little spiel. Why I decided to do this show today. Obviously, I know it's trending, but that's not really one of the main reasons. If you guys follow our stuff, we did a show on flyTing with the Chastity the Poet, and we were getting into Irish culture already, and we were seeing the comparisons that they have, a lot of comparisons that they have to Black culture. So I thought it was kind of fitting to just double up. I see that the gingers are back in the news, and I also see that they don't mind being called gingers. I checked. Don't come for me. That is a appropriate term. I'm not saying redhead. I feel like that's probably not it. And yeah, we're gonna get to some food, facts, and fiction, baby. Welcome to Live at 5, the only show that gets into food, facts, and fiction.
We're going live at 5. We're going live at 5. Subscribe and share. 6 o'clock. It's free. If you have the internet, it's absolutely free. If you have the internet, it's free. If you put on your internet, it'd be there. Like, subscribe, and share on the internet. It's on the internet. Just put on link-to-internet.com.
All right, so now we're gonna do art with friends, and then right into the show, which is not gonna be a long one. All right, I'm saying what up, yo. We're live. Say what up to the Kick family. We're back on Kick Wednesdays. If you guys aren't familiar with Kick, it is a platform kind of like Twitch, known for gaming and stuff like that, and gaming, art, creativity, whatever you got, just like Twitch. And we're on there. It's ODN_GROZ. So if you're on Kick, come check us out. If not, we're also live now on Instagram and also YouTube under the name, as you know, ODDNEGROZ. And if it looks like a mental breakdown on a brand new Wednesday, you know the drill.
I wish a nigga like, subscribe, and share.
All right. We're going to get into affirmations, art with friends, and then it's off to the Ginger Show. What up, my gingers? I see you, Ma. I see you. I see you, boo boo. We are family with the. All right. Time for art with friends. See you in a bit. Nice. Always good to hear Onija. Sorry. Onija. Always good to hear Onija. She is from Pakistan. All right. I'm going to probably do the screen like how I did it last time. See if I can get that going again. That was fun. And I'll just be beside it. So, beside it. So, we could do it together. Maybe I could do it like this. No. Like this. No. Like this. Hey, hey. Perfect. Loving it. Got it going. Who says two niggas can't run a show? Guys, welcome to Live at 5. viewing this, you are my nigga and my niggerette, and I appreciate you because you could be doing anything else with your time. Today's show is Old Ginger Snap. We're getting into the history and why is it important? Why is the coalition important? And have they how long has history hid our connection from us? Out of the blue, all these ginger facts coming out, and they are realizing that we have had things in common all along. So I don't know about any other race in history that had this sort of revelation. You would think that our brethrens,
White people doing white people things.
they kind of, some of them see that since we've been together for a long time, we have some sort of similarities, but unfortunately our differences outweigh those. So here we are. So we'll take your scraps, and I'm not calling them scraps. This is a historical connotation or depiction of what the gingers are to the European and British uh, race. They are considered scrap, not as smart, yada yada yada. You know the drill. Good to have the gang with us, though. But for now, we're gonna get into affirmations, guys. Let's get into the first one. Bam! I hope you can see it. Probably can. All right. Slow money is better than no money. Well, tell me about it. Love this, guys. Again, speaking of slow money,
Yeah.
you want to follow us on YouTube.
Of course. ODDNEGROZ on Spotify. Wait, is what? Say it again. Odd Negroes?
ODD, Odd Negroes.
Oh, Odd Negroes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go online and Odd Negroes with a Z.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you guys.
It was nice speaking with you.
Thank you
so much.
That's Marcella. This one gets a this, and it says, "Tell me about it." But I totally agree. Get to care. Send. All right. Next one. Good job. What are you afraid of losing? What are you afraid of losing when nothing in the world actually belongs to you? Marcus Aurelius. Well, I would say that's pretty solid. I guess you have nothing to be afraid of but fear itself. It's one of those things. But again, if nothing in the world, especially being a black person and or a ginger, we own less. We own less than the other majority. So again, what do you have to be afraid of? The answer is nothing. So this gets. Can I get one? No. What about this? What if I click? Nope. That's the menu. No thanks. I remember I was able to do gifts at one point, but is this? I just got baseball on it today. I don't know. Just baseball. Last time it was Will Farrell, so I guess it's just baseball today. All right, we can freestyle this. This one gets. Oh no. All right, we're sticking with these. All right, forget it. This one gets computer. Computer will break down if I start looking for gifts. Trust me. Wow. It's open and complex. So it gets a like one of these. Right. Damn. Like that. Leap always. Love it. No, actually, how about this? Wow. Bam. Love that. Next one. Hold on. Calm down. Excuse? Is that it? No way. What is going on? Hello? What is going on? All right. Oh, my comment. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, send. Oh, jeez. Hold you hostage. Sorry, read that wrong. Okay, boom. Don't ever think God didn't bless you. Breathing is a blessing.
Oh!
You damn right it is. I firm believer. You're damn right it is. How many people don't understand that? How many people just look past this? Wake up, breathing, keep it moving. Look at everything else to think that is wrong in the world, or with you, or with yourself, or with others, and don't think about your breathing first. The fact that you're breathing without needing help too. Don't get me started on respiratory niggas fucked up with the air and all this shit. It's rough. It's rough.
Holy shit! What is reality?
It's rough.
That's champagne.
It's a little rough. So yeah, if you're breathing, you already got a head start. You already got a head start. So this gets it's gonna be all emojis because I can't get into the gifts. So this gets into, we're gonna do this. Hold on. Grateful. Nope, spelled that wrong. Grateful. Look at this. N Z's. Every night. Even though I don't sleep that well. But you get the gift. All right. What are we doing? No. We don't need that. We don't need that. Every night. There you go. And also, this gets, I'm gonna get, let's get, hold on. Love. Okay. Good job. One of my favorites. This one's good.
Regular. It's regular. All day, every day. God damn!
They showed you it's fuck you. Now make them stand on it. Listen. I'm not the only one that's going through something like this. You know what this means. If it's fuck you, then it's fuck you. Look, how many times can you step in shit? You know what I'm saying? So look, if it's fuck you,
You feel
just let it be. Like John Lennon said. Let it be. I think that was John Lennon. Yeah, let it be. Or the Beatles, whoever. One of them niggas. Yeah, you gotta let it go. Like Frozen said. One of them. Excellent. Standing on business. Watch this. Like, there's one with poop. Where's the poop one? Hold on. Watch this. How many times can you stand in poop? Can you step in poop? There you go. Easy. No, well, maybe I'm not yelling. How many times can you step? How many times can you step in poop? Bam. You see how easy this is? If you're watching this, guys, you could do the same thing. If you have a friend that puts out posts online, look how easy it is. You go to the thing, you click on the reply, and you can just leave a comment. You see how easy this is? I'm doing it live. All right, got one. Bam. All right. This one, ha. Laughing. Yep, it's funny. Because I agree. How many times can you step on poop? Moving on. Good job. Accept good news. Oh, no. Well. Expect good news because it's coming. Confirmed. Already halfway there. So that's already partially true. So I'll take that. Good things are coming, and not just pertaining to me. Equate these affirmations into your life as well. I'm not reading them. These are not for me. It's for everyone. especially if you're watching this show. These are for you. These affirmations are also for you. So, to my niggas and my niggerettes viewing this show, please take these affirmations with more than a grain of salt. Take them with an overwhelmingly amount of salt. Love this. Expect good news because it's coming. I wish that I could use a gift because there's so many things I could do with the word coming, but I can't pick a gift. So it's only baseball. So how many more do we got? I mean, as far as I'm talking about my avatars, I don't know if I'm running out of avatars. Got one. Tee. There's always an avatar for how you're feeling. That's one thing. I'll give it to Mark. I'll give it to Mark for that. Tee. You bet. How about that? Tee. You bet. Love that. Send that. And this gets I like a good old fashioned love. Because I do love it. Okay. One more. May your hands be busy catching blessings. Well, like a goddamn wide receiver. Open. They said that no more itchy palms. So, yeah, sometimes it's just shingles. So my thing is like, well, they've been telling us that for years. That's not fair. I'm not switching it. If your palms are itchy, it could still be. Do I have my sweater on backwards? Oh man. Fuck it. Looks good. It's like a different cut. They used to say the itchy palms, but shingles is back. So maybe I'm thinking more on the lines of like you gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. And like this says, open your hands. Keep your hands open. I pray like this. So I mean, keep your palms open, ready to receive blessings. Nothing wrong with that.
You feel
Next one. Oh wait, hold on. We got prayer hands. We got to have prayer hands. Well, how about this? Bam. Inshallah. No problem. Excellent. If you will it, God will deal it.
You know where that came? That came from me. That came from me. It was my doing.
Awesome. Saving this one. Like it. Love it. That's a good one. Next one. Are we good? Where we at? Uh-oh. All right. I didn't like that. All right. I could save it if I want to. All right. Next. All right. Guys, that was affirmations. Good shit. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing that art, guys. It's Marcella Pondicello. Mostly how am I sounding?
We're going live at 5. Ooh, ow, we're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, nasty.
All right. Hope I'm sounding okay. How's the sound? Sound check. All right. I'll take it that um I'm getting no feedback. Then maybe I'm not. Sound's not on. Sound check 1 2. I don't know. We'll see. I'm here. I'm looking. I'm going to my notes. No, everyone's always overacting when they try the food. So I'm just trying to. That's not the kind of videos I wanted to play today. I wanted to find the videos that connect us. Not to say that the black videos are bad. Um, they just over. I'm not okay. Most black people are over dramatic when they try new food, so that's not a surprising thing. But I did find the opposite, and we'll get into that. We get into ingredients. We get into our connections and our disconnections and all that. So I'm just getting my ducks in order. Welcome Live at 5, the only show that starts at 5 o'clock. But now we start at 6:15. Not that bad. Something like that. Something like that. Not that bad.
We're going live at 5.
I wish a nigga.
Live at 5.
The woman who started this was I have her in the background. She started this, and then it just sparked all of these redheads who were just emotionally just expressing how they feel. They just were making all these hot takes. I saw sides of I want to say sides of the redhead community that I haven't seen before. There was so like I guess like an outpouring support because they were letting us know that they felt ostracized and they never had a platform, or maybe like they didn't have the stage to do it without being attacked again. kind of like how we feel. So for us to give them that stage, they are running with it. They're running with the baton, and I appreciate that. I feel like most people who are being bullied should have a community that they can that is a community especially as cool as us. You know how cool we are. As cool as we are, I feel like every community should find a cool ally within your non-destructive. I mean, I'm not talking about Klansmen finding other Klansmen. I'm saying you should find a productive connection within your lineage or your history or whoever. Find an ally so you don't feel so alone. So you don't end up like I'm not gonna say a specific race who has fought off so many or have done wrong to so many races that they no longer have anyone that wants to be their allies. Actually, most people are looking to disassociate themselves with them. That's problematic. You know, don't become the person that people want to disassociate from. So I say that because like I said, there was an overwhelming amount of videos. There's millions, like almost about the millions of videos of gingers just being psyched. Uh, I say today I just want to talk about what's the proactive version of this. Like what happens after this? What can we do? What can we do to I don't know, like change the narrative, like change the narrative of the people who struggled the most aren't the ones who should be ostracized the most now, or be giving less income now, or to be treated less than now. That video of the woman who did that, she got like 64 million views. So it's like, how many people checked that out, and how many people were just like happy to see it all over the world. People were putting up recipes of things of what they want to bring to the barbecue. So I feel like what this lady did, Mrs. Mita Mita, it was a shockwave. One, two. Uh, I feel like she showed how social media can serve as some sort of like platform to not only share like all of our creativities and shit like that, but it also shares our grievances and helps us find a community. So I've never used it. I mean, I guess most Black people use it for that way. Like we click up, we find other Black people that we have, you know, we don't know how to find Black people. You know, you think y'all think we link up, but we really don't. You separate us. You got us all in these red zones, so don't really get to each other. But the internet is a very cool place for Black people to meet up. And now it is for the gingers as well. So that's beautiful.
Remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are Black people.
So that's pretty much the gist of what we're talking about today. That was half my script. Hope you liked it. That was my introduction. I'm going to be doing that. I got to do introduction. I'm trying to be professional. So I wrote an introduction, and then we could get into why it matters, why this conversation matters. Why am I going to spend about 40 more minutes on this? And then that's it. We got to wrap this up. It's not going to be a long show. Main focus, clearly. I can see it in their faces. They feel uplifted. There's a jolt. There's a ginger, some sort of ginger vibe happening. Gingivitis, if you will. Gingivitis. Ginger inviting. All right. So now I'm going to get into the first topic, which, guys, welcome to Live at 5. Today's topic, of course, is ginger snaps. Oh, ginger snaps. Where we're discussing the importance of the Ginger and Black Coalition. I mean, look, Lindsay's here. Hold on. Let's get that lighting. Hold on. Don't worry about that. Lindsay's here. Wait, hold on. Don't worry about that. Lindsay's here. There she is right there. Mrs. Mira Mira. It's a space barbecue. Space barbecue. And it's a space barbecue, y'all. And it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna get into I did my monologue. We're gonna talk about why it's important and some of the connections that we have. I'll get into the food in a bit. Clearly, that's the best part. Thank you for the laughter. Listen, I hope everyone's also enjoying your Wednesday. I know how it could be. I know how it is. So I hope this makes it a little lighter, just a tad. Okay, we're gonna get into.
We're going live.
The topic at hand, and the first issue I wanted to talk about, which I hot out the gate, the only show that goes hot out the gate, was we love going out the gate. I wanted to talk about a festival that happens in Ireland, Dublin. Now, hey, Leon, what are you doing? Why are you talking about this?
What are we talking about?
Don't tell Tariq Nasheed this, but I have history, family lineage in Ireland, Dublin, as well. And there's uncles, and there's Uncle Fluffs, and there's all types of uncles and all types of Irish lineage in my background. That's why I put on the green, just to represent. But that's why this makes me a little excited. So, and then of course, most Black people, I've noticed there's an overwhelmingly amount of Black people in America who have Irish in their lineage as well. But not only Irish, but then you find out that you have, of course, Caribbean in your family as well. Don't tell Tariq Nasheed this. But so then you find out that what was happening with these Irish descendants, they were linking up with a lot of the African and Jamaicans due to, click shit. Sometimes you got to click up when you're being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind.
Once again, I'm not an activist. I'm just caught up in the shit. When you start the shit, you can't stop the shit until you finish the shit. I'm in the shit.
You got to gang up. So we find out that most races knew how to click up with each other, and the Irish chose the Blacks, and everybody else chose everybody else. So everyone else chose everyone but us. So that's what's up. So I want to read this with you. We can share this together. This is from August 8th, 2015. It is a event that happens every year in Dublin, Ireland, called the Malcolm X Festival. I'm going to share my screen. Welcome to Live at 5, the only show that starts at 6:40. I think we started at 6:40 today.
We're going live.
I said 6:15 in my fucking dreams.
We're going live at 5. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
Listen.
Follow us on Instagram. Connect on Facebook, wherever you get your podcast.
Remind y'all again.
We'll be right back.
Everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are Black people.
So check this shit out. So let's get that side by side. Bam. Guys, welcome to Live at 5. So every year there's an event called Translating Malcolm X into Irish. It's by Sukat Chandon, and is a co-ordinator of the Malcolm X movement, which is currently organizing Malcolm X film festivals in 7 cities across Britain and Ireland. These festivals bring together revolutionary thinkers and fighters from across the globe to discuss the legacy and the relevance of Malcolm's thoughts and practice to fight against you know who. ...
White people doing white people thing.
Clearly not all, because I'm literally talking about white people, but they have different hair colors. So it's a revolutionary thinkers fighters event. It happens all the time. It doesn't even happen in America, which is crazy. We wish we could have a fucking.
The African American woman is the backbone of the black family, really of the whole American family. I mean, who wasn't raised by a black woman? I know I was.
We wish we could have a fucking Malcolm X festival every year, but that's not the case. So, boom. You go to West Belfast, bam. Look what we have. Friday the 13th. They don't care about that. Bam, bam, bam. They took the budget. You take a taxi. They tell you how to get there. They're tired of the Republican, socialist, activists. Hold on. The Catholic, a movement united the whole third world, and the anti-imperialists, including the African National Congress Party in South Africa, who supported the total end to the British rule and the reunification of their country. So this is the whole purpose to celebrate this event. There's poetry, there's cake, there's food. I'm trying to get to, this is a conversation you had with the ongoing, here we go. So this time we are about to deliver the first ever of 7 events of the first annual Malcolm X Film Festival at the well-known Cultural Center of Cultureland. Cultureland. You see, I can say that? I can say that. You can't say that. I have Irish in my family. But it's Cultureland. You can't say that like that. Or the historical Falls Road in West Belfast. We spent the day before the event walking around Falls Road, seeing the many revolutionary murals painted on the gabelins of the terraced homes on the road's long walls, illustrating the history of the struggle of Irish freedom from the colonial rule. So, bam, they have a wall, or not even a wall, like a whole vibe, a whole fucking festival, pretty much. But this is just a part in the festival that connects the Irish plight and the African American plight off top. So we go down a little bit. The murals were heroes like Palestinian revolutionary icon Leah PFLP member Leila Khaled. So again, clearly pro-Palestine. I mean, again, I heard a lot of people on the fence about that. I'm not an anti-Semite, but I do not root for oppressors. So anyone who is oppressing another group of people, I can't fucks with you.
Did you feel that?
Yeah.
So the connect was Palestine, South Africa against white supremacist rule. So the Irish Republic, they're against all the bullshit. All the bullshit. They got Nelson Mandela on the wall. Okay. Our Irish hosts would greet and have a wee chat. We have a wee chat with people of the community, all of whom politically active in some way or another, either working with local youth or committed to various anti-imperialist or social activities. If there was something like this in America, it would be called rubble. They would fucking destroy it. It would be called debris. This is called propaganda. In our country, this is propaganda. We're not even allowed to speak of Malcolm X. The Nation of Islam, Farrakhan has not threw a fucking speech in public in years. So was the IRA similar to the Black Panthers? Now look at this. Now that's a great question. If you wanna talk about people who are just against oppression, then yes, they were similar to the Black Panthers, only because they were funded by the government. So anything that's not funded by the government or some sort of illegal organizations like the Black Panthers, or some sort of I want to say uh, revolutionary organization, Black Panthers, sure, same thing. Especially coming from the same background like how we came, and we'll get into that. But I'm talking about coming from oppression and high rule and slavery, things like that. You have that never again mentality like the Panthers had or have, but not around anymore. Unfortunately, you know how that goes. But in that sense, yes, they are very similar to those dudes. So it goes on to say 50 local activists, a decent turnout, 50 plus. Now, these are just the activists. Not too many people who come and see the movies and stuff, and the people who come and visit the festival. These are just the activists that come and like stand ground. So we have the mobilizing youth, youngest ever woman to have been elected on the National Liberation Socialization platform to Parliament. So, yes, the National Liberation Front for sure. Nonviolent change was met with brutality, massacres by the colonists, Bloody Sunday massacres, which happened in 71 and 72. So look, so this same thing is very similar to the movement that we had back in the 70s as well. Look at that. So there was a movement called the Move Movement, which was a African American group that was very similar. Well, not similar to the Panthers in a sense. They just wanted their own. I wanted to say they want to be separate from United Rule. They wanted to have their own govern and their own laws and build their own community and grow their own food and not have to rely on the government and just like be their own people. And the government was like peeking over the wall like fucking Home Improvement, and he was like, "What are you doing in there?"
It's twisted. Somebody did that thing to somebody else. That somebody maybe has.
Yeah, all that jumping is making me nervous.
They jump so much.
We made them nervous and they blew it up. They turned it into rubble. So, they had plush hotels, poor working people. We're talking about. So, yeah, so I just wanted to share this with you. It talks about I just want to get into some of the people they have on the wall as well. We got, hold on. I'll give you the link too. I'll put the link in here if you want to get the whole thing. I guess they have a whole bunch of freedom fighters on the walls. And of course, Malcolm X and a whole bunch of other people. And it's just like, it's one of those things where, look at the brochure. Look at this shit. So it's one of those vibes where it's like, why didn't we know this happened? You would never know. Like, why wouldn't the news tell the Black American people that across the globe, all the way across the globe,
Remind y'all again.
there's a bunch of Irish people celebrating African American justice and equality from all the way back. So it kind of lets you know where we at, why people are being excited about the news, why people are like just making videos shitting on their own brethrens. It's because of the secrecy, you see, the secrecy of hiding this stuff from even like, let's say, American Irish people who don't know this is going on. What if they don't know this type of shit is going on? This country does not care about anyone who caters to the African American. It's not a myth, it's just a fact. And if you are an outsider who happens to participate in some sort of Black alliance, you will be cut. You will be ostracized. Like it was old school, like it was back in the day. They will cut you off if they see that you favor the African American. So it makes sense that we never got an invite or never heard about the Malcolm X festival that happened, the only Malcolm X festival that happens in Dublin, Belfast, almost every year. So Of course, they threw the LGBT on there, and hey, everybody's free. Everybody is free, so or supposed to be anyway. So I wanted to share that with you. Um, I don't know if you heard about it. Thank you for chat. Appreciate you always, guys. Welcome to Live at 5. We're dropping bombs. Like I said, we're going hot at the gate. We're moving fast. We're hitting you with Malcolm X festivals that you never heard of. We're hitting you with some other shit. But I wanted to start with that. So again, go to Media Diversified, look up the Malcolm X Festival, and it's just like a very empowering African American festival in Dublin, Ireland. African people show up for sure. There's a lot of African people in Ireland. And they go to they quote his words, and they talk about the rejection of the white man, and not all white man, just the white man who said, I wanted to colonize all of the dark nations. That's what they have in transcript. They have the white man wanted to enslave, colonize, enslave, colonize, same thing. Dark nations of Africa and Asian, dark nations. So I feel like when they heard that, they was like, oh shit, we're next. And they were next. So cool. So yeah, that's one down. Again, guys, welcome to Live at 5. Again, this show is called Oh Ginger Snap. If you're joining me for the first time, please, by all means,
I wish a nigga
like, subscribe, and share.
I don't know why we don't have a Malcolm X festival here. That's a great fucking question. It sounds phenomenal. It's all types of like spoken word, and just like they show the movie. It's different movies, like documentaries and shit. It's just beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. And again, we don't have nothing. And again, Malcolm X is from here. That's the crazy shit. He's an American citizen. So that's what I'm trying to say.
I don't need.
We gotta have people all the way across the fucking globe that have better understanding of our situation and what we're trying to achieve and what we're striving for than our counterparts that we've been living with for the last 500 years.
White people.
Or longer. Who knows how long we've been with you guys. And I'm not talking about the bad ones. I know there are some good white people, but I'm not going to keep saying that. You should know. You know who you are. Stop fucking up. We should have a goddamn Malcolm X festival. It's not right. And it sounds like so much fucking fun. But, what are you going to do? Great question, though. Appreciate that. I know exactly why.
Yo, that's racist.
All right. So we're going to get into, of course, shout outs to Mrs. Mira, the voodoo priestess who started this whole revolution, if you will. Gingerlution? Redhead revolution. Let's get into why it matters. Get into some foreplay, and then we get to some fun stuff. All right. So I feel like, although it has been uplifting, it ignited, I guess, some sort of backlash with white people against their own white people. So a lot of white people are saying there's a false equivalence. So people are saying, there are white people who are arguing that they're the same thing that the Irish have went through are not the same, that the same thing that black people have been through. They are, and then you have black people who are saying to other people, saying like, oh, fuck you, nowhere near close. So they are claiming that maybe us accepting the ginger community and accepting their plight some sort of puts trivializes or puts our lineage at risk and puts our struggles at risk. it's not a struggle competition. It's just a systemic racism competition. It's trying to figure out what is the common denominator on both of those plights. Who was your bully? Who is my bully? Right? And how do we come together and beat up the bully? We have to beat up the bully, not in the dark alley, in front of the cops, in front of everybody. We have to beat up the bully in front of everybody. But it caused some sort of white on white discrimination because you had like whites blaming those gingers for borrowing black pain, which is not something I think you could ever do. So of course they have their own lineage. Now I would think that this would be white people upset because they don't have that sort of background. I'm not saying all, I'm talking about American white, Southern white people don't have the same background as an Irish person. So no, you have no idea what they're talking about. I think it's a complexity for them, and I feel that maybe it's something they're not really ready to deal with, and they never had to deal with. I think this is all brand new. So they're gonna probably throw things like how we're fetishizing it. Everything becomes like a fetish if there's us asking for money for compensation, some sort of I want to say do what's right factor. It becomes a fetish or some sort of bullying. Now they're being bullied for us calling them out and revealing their whiteness. So I feel like, again, this is another version of privilege, a privileged experience. If you could be called out even by your own white brethren and still feel like you're being attacked, I feel like that's a privilege on itself. So I want to just touch on a little bit of the Irish background, how we came to be connected to them, and what are the draws that puts without a definitive doubt that we have more in common with them than we ever will with the European. So, and that's something that they can't really.
Did you feel that?
Yeah. They can't really deal with that, and that's okay. It's not always supposed to be one way or another. Sometimes things are another way. Like I feel like out of all of them, okay. Before we get into the sugar, I just want to say a quote from one of my white friends. This is a direct quote, and if you want to check out this episode, this was a episode that we've done called the thin blue vein. We were talking about the Blue Vein Society. I don't know why I'm rubbing my arm. Every time I talk about veins, it gets me all hyped. No, I was watching DT. Guys, watch Dope Thief. If you have time in your life and for more shows on Apple, do a torrent if you don't have an Apple subscription. Shouldn't probably say that on stream. But yeah, do a torrent if you don't have Apple and watch Dope Thief. It's a mini series. It's short, sweet, straight to the point. You're not going to guess what it's about. And it's phenomenal. Grade A.
Once again, I'm not.
Grade A material. That's for Dope Thief. It deserves that. Fantastic show. Okay. So like I was saying, all right. So I instead of the argument of them not understanding our struggle, because that's what they would. I'm not going to say all, but a lot of white people are blocking the alliance because they feel like it's some sort of superficial attack on them again. And I can't stress enough. We did not tell them this. One lady, the video is only 54 seconds long, by the way. It's 54 seconds. And she goes, I don't know who needs to hear this. And she says it. It's easy. It's quick. And it just spread. Why? They were just waiting. They were waiting for us to just give them the damn thing, the calling, and they were going to come a running. And that's fine. Come with the jig. We're ready. Listen, we love potatoes. We've been fucking with cabbage. We'll get into that. But the goal here, like I said today, connect the struggles, get an understanding, Connect to struggles, get understanding, and eliminate solidarity. So I guess we're both trying to figure out how do we continue on without being ostracized or being picked on for being a certain group or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think again, some point in history, they all were marginalized as some monster, stupid, ugly, blah blah blah. So again, how do we kill that now so it doesn't continue going forward for the next generation? That's what most people should be trying to do. Forget about now. You're dead. I mean, you're alive, but no, you're alive. You're alive. You're alive. Illuminate solidarity. Exactly. Exactly. Make it seem like, oh, like exactly. Illuminate solidarity. Show that there are special things in individuality, and there is a such thing as individuality. We're not all the same. You know who I'm talking to.
They're so excited for you to be a part of this experience, the fans. So you want to leave?
You know who I'm talking to. We're not all the same, and we have our differences, but we also have our mama say, mama sala, maku says. So yeah, I'm gonna play a video. We're already at 7:30, 1 hour in, and I guess we're doing good timing. Probably not, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. I didn't plan on doing a two-parter. I don't think so. No, I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see what we got. All right, we'll get into a brief understanding. What I want to do. I want to get into a brief understanding of Irish people. Yeah, we'll just get into Irish lore. Irish lore. I'm not getting into flyting. I did a whole 2.5 hour episode of that. You can check that out. That's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. They probably cut it by now. And yeah, that did an episode on flyting, which is it's equivalent to a hip hop rap battle that they used to do during the Nordic times, where everyone believed in Odin and carried axes and had tattoos for shirts. So we did a thing on that already. But today we're going to get into the other connections of stuff that we have. And then we'll get into some food, and then we're going to wrap it up. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. We'll probably get the little the TV one going, like that one. We'll get that one going. It seems like that one's fun. I like being big on the screen and next to you. So we'll do it like that. Thank you for your contribution to the chat, as always.
It's not me. I'm fighting for my life.
And then we're gonna rock, and then we're gonna roll. No, I'm gonna play the clips, break down the video, get exactly where I'm at, what I want to show you, and then we'll get into these little fun groups of videos. I didn't have the videos of the gingers who are happy to be with us. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of those already. I don't got to do all that, but you can find those. But for now, we'll just do some YouTube clips, and then we'll get into it. All right. I think I want to play the disclaimer one more time too. All right, I'll be right back. Be right with you. Don't fret. Thank you for joining me. This is Live at 5, the only show that starts at damn near 6:45. And if you're joining me for the first time,
I wish a nigga would like, subscribe, and share. We're going live at
financial problems, financial trickery. Who knows? How come it hasn't happened again? How come there's no lynching involved in any of those black slavery things? Where's the trees? Where's the black blood from the black people on the black trees? Come on, stop. There's no black blood from black people on black leaves. I doubt they did the most. You guys did the most. You know you did the most. Stop playing. So when you compare these things, it's stupid. Let's not compare them. So I'm going to play a little bit of my man. I'm going to play the disclaimer again. And then we'll try to get through this. 114, we're not doing too bad. I'm trying to wrap this up as soon as I can. And if we don't make it, we'll just make it a two for then. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Make it a 2-parter, and I'll pick up something next day. You know, I'm gonna come back to this some other time.
We're going live at 5. Ooh, ow, we're going live at 5-ish. 6.
Oh, come on, girl.
The Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
I'm doing it twice because I believe this is from the Smithsonian or some shit like that, and I ain't trying to play around. So that's all. Full screen, 720p. We get the introduction, and then when it starts getting down, we'll just speed it up. We'll just speed it up.
In the 1840s, the First African Baptist Church in Richmond, Virginia, were faced with a very difficult decision. They had heard appeals to aid the Irish people who were starving in their thousands during the Great Hunger. However, the church congregants had their own equally pressing needs. They could, for example, spend their very limited resources buying freedom for the enslaved members of the church. Remarkably, they would choose to send money to Ireland. Stories like this one are one of the few uplifting dimensions to the tragedy that was the Great Hunger. However, we rarely consider why people decided to help the starving Irish at the time. We often forget that each donation, large or small, involved a decision to give money to Ireland at the expense of something or someone else. Suffering, after all, was by no means unique to Ireland at the time. In this podcast, based around one of the most thought-provoking interviews I've done this year, Annalisa Schrout shares stories of remarkable generosity from the 1840s. But she also picks apart the reasons why people, often with very meagre resources, gave so generously. We also delve into some of the more controversial donations, particularly that of the Charleston Hibernian Society, many of whose members were enslavers.
Odin Valhalla Rising, now available on mobile and PC.
Hold on. All right, so that was the introduction. So we see what this is going to be about. This is about there was a scenario where there was a group of Irishmen who were looking for help. And they found help, and they especially that Christian church. Holy shit. But that's okay. At that time, even though they were reading that slave Bible, they still had good hearts, even though the slave Bible was telling them not to, most likely. We'll jump ahead. We'll get into the 1840s. We'll jump right into the 1840s. All right, let's start from there. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure the church was fucking. Everyone had a problem with the Catholic Church. Even the Irish are having at that Malcolm X festival where they're all wearing Malcolm X t-shirts and Malcolm X hats. Malcolm X keychains, and Malcolm X candy. What else? I've been to a festival. What do you do at festivals? Yeah, Malcolm X tees and hats, backpacks, X packs. Love it. I wish we had one. That's where you bring your kids to X Fest. Come on now. X Fest. X Fest. X Fest. I want one now. Now I'm hyped. No, this is one of those stories where it sucks because again, only one group of people put them people in that situation. I'm sorry to tell you.
White people doing white people things.
I only blame you because you're in charge. That's what you said. You said we are in charge. So if you're in charge, why you do them like that? Why you got them begging black slaves for food? And the nigga said that they had to pick whether to use the money to free one of their own, because we didn't have no fucking bread. Because you know they give us them slave coins.
Yo, that's racist.
Why'd you give us them slave coins? That was weird. But yeah, so we couldn't give them the slave coins, so we had to use our real money. How come we don't have any money? Maybe because we gave a lot of it to the Irish people to feed their asses, because you guys fucking
go back to my home country. You can get reconnected with your roots. Yeah, go back.
There better not be any Spanish there, okay? Especially coming from your unemployed ass mouth.
You guys are doing your people dirty, so we had to feed them. So much for saving money. How could we save and help the Irish at the same time? You guys are wilding out. You forgot to tell us about that part. That is not in the history books, you sons of...
That's also known as an algorithm.
Let the man cook.
1945, it actually came from North America. We now know that it was caused by fungus, but at the time, farmers would go to bed with perfectly set it was caused.
Text of the 1840s and what happened in Ireland. Pretty remarkably, she does this in just 90 seconds. It's incredibly succinct.
The potato blight appeared in Europe in 1845. It actually came from North America. We now know that it was caused by fungus, but at the time, farmers would go to bed with perfectly sound fields of potatoes and wake up and find that they had just putrefied overnight. So there are these incredible descriptions of just like black, rotten morasses where previously perfectly sound crops had been. So this fungus impacted potato crops across North America, across Europe, but it particularly impacted Ireland, as I suspect many of your listeners will know, because rural Irish people depended almost exclusively on the potato for food. And that is in large part because of a long-standing system of tenancy and colonialism, whereby most of the residents of rural Ireland were tenants living on increasingly small plots of land, so that had plots of land that had shrunk over generations. And the thing about potatoes is that in terms of the calories you need to feed a person or a family, potatoes take up relatively little space. So if you're trying to feed a family on wheat, you need much more space than if you're feeding a family on potatoes. So in many ways, they were a crop that made sense. But the problem with monoculture is that if a disease impacts that crop, then you find that you have no food supply at all. Between 1845 and 1855, when most historians sort of think about the crisis, the immediate impact of the crisis ending, out of a population of approximately 8.5 million in 1845, about 1 million people had died and more than 2 million people had left.
This game.
Now for sure, I'm pretty much. Did they poison the potatoes? Is that what happened? I hope not. We've heard of that before. We've heard them poison the food. They poison the crop, because if you can't have it, if we can't have it, you can't have it. Is that right? Where the fuck did the fungus come from? How come? All right, asking for a friend.
Radar, sonar, laser beams, jets, tanks, submarines, megathons, H-bomb, napalm, this shit will kill you fast.
When they had like the yeah, most likely. Thank you. I'm just like, yo, when they had like the pox and the blankets and all that, how come why is it that y'all had all this access to all of these scientific horrible shit to sabotage? Like, why y'all got access to that shit? Like, you would think, like, at all this time, there'd have been some sort of black scientist that would have poisoned black people and did something. The only thing we poison y'all with is music, because it's like an anti-venom for you. You can't get it. The rhythm makes you obtuse. It's kind of like you're so close and far at the same time. But it's like that is our curse to you, music, because you love it, but you can't do too much with it. Original anyway. Jeez. All of their legends copy all of our music. All right. But yeah, most likely sabotage. I say all of their legends. Cash, what do you want? Elvis, what do you want? Dolly Parton. They all copy black music. We'll name another one. Paul Simon, he went to Africa for fucking 5 years. Give me a break. All I'm trying to say is y'all, they have a history of poisoning crops. How the fuck how these people are not bad at it? They know how to do potatoes. That's their shit. All of a sudden they wake up and they're all black. That's sabotage. Like it says right here on the screen. Thank you, Marcella. Yes, it's fucking sabotage.
Yo, that's racist!
White people doing white people things.
Product. So newspapers cost a fair amount of money. Many people couldn't read. And so the notion that information would circulate through print was actually limited to particular spheres of people. But by the 1830s, there was this revolution in printing technology that meant that there was the rise of things called penny papers, so newspapers that cost a penny, sometimes even less. And that meant that news was able to access wider ranges of people than ever before. Along with this, there were increases in literacy. And even if you couldn't read, this new print culture sort of created salons and coffee shops where people could go in and have the newspapers read to them. So information was able to circulate farther and wider. And it was also able to circulate faster because of changes in transportation technology. So in the late 18th century, it could take more than a week for news to travel from, say, the west coast of Ireland to Dublin, because the fastest that news could move was at the speed of a horse. But by the start of the famine, improved roads and railroads meant that news from the West Coast, from some of the worst impacted areas, was able to cross the island relatively quickly, and then was able to be borne out of Ireland. The advent of steamships meant that information could reach American audiences in only a few weeks. It could reach British audiences in a matter of days. So what all of this meant was that while this incredible crisis was happening, people around the world could hear about it and react to it in a timescale that they felt like they could actually do something. So it wasn't reading about a crisis that happened months ago where maybe my donation won't make an impact, but it was people really had the sense that when they were giving money, they could actually make a material change to the lives of people that they were reading about. One thing that I thought was really interesting when I started this process is I was thinking that the famine would sort of fit into this trajectory of philanthropy. But actually what I found is that this is one of the first moments when people become really interested in giving to people far away. So there wasn't a longstanding history of giving to distant sufferers. The famine really helped people to imagine that international philanthropy was possible, which is why I think it's worth sort of thinking about the famine in this context, as well as in a context of the Irish diaspora and other kinds of demographic impacts.
The response to the plight.
She vocalifies her way out of that, but I guess it's kind of like she's saying, like it's kind of like It's a famine, like an attack. It sounds like it's an attack. Isn't it a natural disaster when you have to have aid from an outside source to help you recuperate because it's that bad? That means it's like it's a national a disaster. It's borderline. It's an Ireland 9/11. Some sort of like some sort of COVID with food, some shit like that. You know what I mean? They were fucked up, so they need an outside source. The only time that you could get that fucked up is when the government is on your ass. Let me tell you. And it sounded like they was on their ass. That's a shame. That's a shame. I love to finish the thesis. Where we at? We're at 129. I finished the thesis, which would be just the opening of the 1840s. Then we'll get a little bit into the
what to the what? Speak English, sweetheart.
I wish a nigga like, subscribe, and share.
we're getting to the donations, how much was given, and then I'm gonna get into the food. And we might be able to wrap this up today, which is so fucking great. All right, thank you for joining me, guys. It's been fucking awesome. Welcome to Live at 5, the only show that we swear on Wednesdays.
We're going live at 5. Ooh, ow, we're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock.
Remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people.
It's a good mix. What do you want? It's a good mix. All right. The donations that were made, the rest of the 1840s, donations that were made, and then a little bit of the food, and then we're going to wrap it up. All right. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, if it looks like a breakdown, you know what to do.
I wish a nigga. Like, subscribe, and share.
Of the Irish was incredible, and the scale of aid sent to Ireland was immense. This was funneled through two large organisations, but also lots of smaller ones too.
Nope. Nope. One second. Moving too fast. Nope. Dude, you see how they do me? Spoiled on my... That's not it. Hold on. Sabotage. All right. YouTube is ridiculous. Too eager. All right. Hang on. All right, let's take it from the top.
However, what is significant is that these small donations were a lot for the people who were giving them. They often had very meager resources.
Most of the donors sent money to these relief organizations, and their donations were sometimes at $1 or $10. Some people gave on the order of...
You said thousands of free African American slaves gave not their not those slave coins that we got, the trick money. No, they gave their real money to Ireland. The Ireland starving. I want to say refugees at this point, because if you're looking outside of your country for help, you're saying like, hey, like my people aren't helping me. I need some help. So if you're looking outside of like, Europe, or looking outside of any other people who look like you to help, you feel betrayed. It's kind of like where we at now. Maybe you guys probably been there. You've probably been tired of these guys, but we've definitely been tired of them. But the whole thing is, you could tell us apart. Now, it's really easy to discriminate when it's too different, when we look so different from each other. But you guys blend in. You could dye your hair. You could do whatever. But again, you still have to. Again, that's your form of probably like blackface. A ginger, I think dyeing their hair is probably the equivalent to a whitewash, or a black person acting white, or a black woman dyeing their hair blonde, shit like that. So that probably sucks. And if you got the job after you dyed your hair, that also sucks.
Yo, that's racist.
But it's very similar to the things that we have. We understand that. I know exactly what that is. It's code switching, and you had to code switch. You code switched, and you got the gig. You had red hair, and then you took off the red hair, and then you got the job. So that's kind of like when they tell us to take the braids out and straighten the hair. If you permit and you straighten your hair, you probably get the gig. So that's a form of discrimination, if you think about it. And I didn't really think about it till right now. I'm like, what if What if the person is like, yo, I don't want to hire any gingers? And what if you get a hair? You got to get a haircut before you go to the interview. That's
that's racist.
That's no good. Yeah, that's no good. All right, we're finished getting to the donations. It's kind of a bummer. Think about it. I haven't really thought about it on that angle, but yeah, if you had to change your hair color or the way you were born for your employer, you've probably been racially discriminated against. So that's something else. All right, we're getting to finish these things, donations, and then we get into some of the foods, some of the yum yums. It's all good. I couldn't do any of the black people, like I said, because of the fact that they are ridiculous when they try food. Can't do it. It's like, could you relax? Nothing tastes like that. All the ones I found, I just like, Kai Sanat and some other professional. I'm not shitting on these people. These are my, I'm going to be them one day.
Once again, I'm not an activist. I'm just caught up in the shit. When you start the shit, you can't stop the shit till you finish the shit. I'm in the shit.
I can only dream.
In the world, what can I say? We be floating through everywhere.
Subscribe and share. It's free. If you have the internet, it's absolutely free. If you have the internet, it's free. If you put on your internet, it's be there. Like, subscribe, and share on the internet. It's on the internet. Just put on link to internet.com.
Cents or shillings. And for these people, the donations actually represented a really significant part of their household income. A lot of people who were sending money to Ireland didn't have a lot to share to begin with. It meant that they were giving up food or some other thing that they wanted to buy. So even these very tiny amounts were often proportionally a really large share of household money. And I think that that is sort of as extraordinary as the total amount of money that was donated, that it was all of these people giving relatively small amounts in what seemed like a spontaneous effort to aid distant sufferers.
In terms of the stories we're going to look at in this episode, we first need to understand how Ireland was viewed internationally at the time, and why did the stories of the suffering Irish resonate with people. It's important to bear in mind that Ireland in the 1840s was beset with
We can rock it right there, right? Let's just cap it there as far as this story. Because like I said, I'll put the links. I always say that. Maybe I'll do it this time. But I'll put the link in there for the rest of that. But I'll actually, before I bounce to the next joint, let me explain, or not explain, let me share that link. Let me show you exactly. I'll share that link in the chat right now. What am I doing? Easy peasy, guys. Guys, this is live at 5. Then show us that's at 6. Damn there. 6:45.
We're going live at 5. Ooh, ow, we're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock.
Remind y'all again, everyone who is injured who has red hair, those are black people.
Remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger who has red hair, those are black people.
The goal is to get the mixes stuck in your head. So when you go home and you're like, I was watching this podcast and all I kept hearing was ain't no stopping me now, and then like this Irish thing. That's the goal. That's my goal with this show, is to be stuck in your head after the fact. All right. Second to last video. Okay. If you had to talk to an Irish person and you were to tell them what you say, hey, you want to try some black food, what would you give them? What's black food? Now, if the fact that they have a very great connection with the Caribbean, they already know things like, you know, roti and jollof and stewing and steaming and all that shit. But when it comes to African American food, what would we give them? What would you give an Irish person that landed fresh off the fresh ginger? What would you give them? So I didn't. My answer to that question is very. It was important because it was like, what kind of video will I be playing to show an Irish person eating, or Irish couple eating, that says that kind of connects that whole thing we keep saying they're invited to the barbecue, right? So what would be the barbecue, the food that they would be eating? Are we talking black barbecue? Are we talking Southern black or not? We're different on this side. We don't cook like them. We don't make chitterlings. So what kind of barbecue are we inviting them to? So I can only do one. So I found a video where, let's just say they're trying, I want to say southern food, which I hope, I didn't watch it. I'm watching for the first time. That I hope that was cooked by black people. And if not, let's just hope that the white people who made the food are from deep south, so they got them seasonings.
White people doing white people things.
Okay. I chose chicken, guys. That's the only food. I mean, what? It's black people love chicken. That's the thing. I mean, I think most races love chicken, but I feel like the vibe. Most people like to say that we love chicken. So I like to. I just hold on. Monetize because of Megan. Okay. Before I jump into the food, gems. Okay. What do we have here? Guys, keep in mind all of my videos are from 5 years ago. This is a black woman, or I'm going to say a young woman, who is a proud Irish black dancer.
Black.
You know where that came? That came from me. That came from
I wish
me,
a nigga.
It was mine.
We're winning. See what's going on. So whatever you can do to help financially would be fantastic, because we have to beat it. If it's $5 or $10 or $100, whatever you can do.
Subscribe and share. It's free. If you have the internet, it's absolutely free. If you have the internet, it's free. Subscribe and share. It's free. If you have the internet, it's absolutely free. If you have the internet, is free. If you put on your internet, it'd be there. Like, subscribe, and share on the internet. It's on the internet. Just put on linktointernet.com.
I can't play the music because it's Megan Thee Stallion, but I've got the caption. Wait, I think after a certain part they stop playing Megan Thee Stallion, so we could probably get it. Like when she starts talking, she's ecstatic and she knows how to do the jig. She's got the legs. Who's the man that went on tour with the feet? He had flamingo feet. River dancing. She's a black river dancer. So, whatever.
I think the sound is just so cool. So it kind of just makes you want to keep going, like keep doing some like really cool beats or like intricate footwork.
Look at this shit. Rocking. No problem.
I had been a dancer my whole life since I was 3, doing ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, other styles of dance. But the first time I saw Irish dancing, it was just mesmerizing to me. It was unlike anything else I had ever seen. It was a dance form that was actually born out of oppression of Irish people, very specific to the Irish culture, but it's really cool that it's being shared.
All right, again with the Mega again. But so there you have it. Isn't that cool? She's a damn river dancer. She does the dance of the oppression Irish jig. She goes on to say how she gets attacked. Clearly, they're not fond of her doing this, and by both parts, of course, there's going to be black people who don't like it, white people who don't like it. But the main part is that she understands the purpose of the dance. She knows what it stands for, and it encouraged her to do it even more, even though people were saying it's not in her DNA or it's not in her lineage to know how to do that. But surprisingly, she's the best at it. She's been winning competitions since she was 7 years old, doing Irish jig. So, wanted to share that. That's all. All right. Here's a white man eating chicken, and then I'm gonna get out of here. No, actually, no. We'll do the barbecue. I get white people eating barbecue, and then white Irish people eating barbecue, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for joining me. This has been Live at 5, the only show that starts at 6:40.
We're going live at 5. Ooh, ow, we're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 5. Ooh, that's it.
Now, of course, the combination of our struggles, like I mentioned earlier, is not that complex. It's just a complexity of whiteness. We have shared have shared oppression from back in historical days, all the way back from just the 19th century, pretty much. And I feel because of that, we have a natural alliance. But then you're going to go back, and then Irish people are going to say that there were times where African Americans were attacking Irish people as well. Sure. When there was poverty in the city, when we were being attacked and we had fear that the Irish were going to come and take our jobs, sure. If this would happen in the 1800s, I mean, what did you expect? In 1860, we thought that they were going to come and take our jobs. So why would you? Of course we did, because everybody else was. But little did we know you were probably just trying to connect, and we just saw you as our oppressor, so we didn't get it. Which, of course, it's going to take some time. You get raped, brutalized, robbed, tortured, kidnapped, sodomized, hypnotized, starved, cannibalized, cooked, interred, same family member. What does it say? What is it? Same family member farming, human farming. You get yourself wrapped up in something like that, it's gonna be a while before you trust people again. So maybe we weren't so trusting this time around. I'm pretty sure Frederick Douglass has something to do with it, and I'm pretty sure the flyTing has something to do with it. I know that Irish roots, same thing when it comes to the food. We all have the black eyed peas. We both have the collard greens. We both have the. It's actually amazing. You know, ginger, cayenne, cloves. We both make our own versions of jambalaya rice. So it's kind of like we out of all of the Caucasian or the Saxons, I can understand why you have such a different reaction when someone compares you to a European or a British person or something like that, because you're not the same. You're not the same. You have a totally different upbringing and a totally different palette and rhythm and but it's beautiful. But I think it's been hidden and it's been your clutch with the Saxon for probably many years, and you probably had no one to communicate with, because who would you connect with to talk about your plight if they don't even believe it exists? The only time they mention white slavery is when black people mention slavery, and then after that it's only used as a talking point. It's not used as a some sort of everything's terrible. I mean, how do we fix it all together? It's used as a stop complaining. You're not the only one who's been a slave, which I've never heard an Irish person use that ever in an argument to defend themselves for being maybe like pushed, overworked, or maybe like being told that they are lazy or something like that. I've never heard them say, well, listen, my people have been enslaved and maybe we don't want to work anymore, just like the blacks. I don't think anyone was able to say that, but now you can. We're giving you the pass. Now you can.
Remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people.
Now you can. It's not right. You should have a go-to spot for your to unpack your history, unpack what has happened, what has happened to you and your people. You should have a place to unpack that. So hopefully, we give you enough space, and we let you know that you are allowed. You're allowed to come through, and we got you. Like you guys been making these videos saying you got us. We got you too. It's just like the connection with your rhythm and the connection with your empathy. I feel like it's something that we could use out of your demographic. So just as excited as you are to be included in our tribe or whatever, we're definitely equally excited to have you. So I want to be one of the first to let you know ODDNEGROZ accepts the Irish delegation, and it's always been like that. I feel like you should have always felt like you've had a place to um, rock with. It had to be us. It can't be them. Food's too terrible. No disrespect.
White people doing white people things.
And I'm not talking about all of you. You know who I'm talking about. Not all, just some. Okay. I feel like I got to the gist. I didn't get into maybe like I guess I had some stuff about like the first connection of, well, I guess that's, yeah, well, the food is pretty much it. We go back all the way back when they hooked them up with the GD church, slave church, hooked the starving Irish up with food. So I guess we hit that up. So that's fine. But it's like with no other generation. Also, they're well, of course, they're fighting spirit. One of the things, again, why didn't they do a goddamn Martin Luther King fest? They chose Malcolm because they felt like Malcolm X. They felt like they had more in common. Thank you for that, by the way. Yes, for that, writing that in the chat. They felt like they have more in common with Malcolm X than Martin. They formed the IRA based off, I want to say it had to be the Black Panthers, because there was no other coalition. It wasn't like, they weren't like a super religious group like the NOI, because the NOI, was mainly based on religion and religion-based fasting and things like that. That's not what the IRA did, and that's not what Irish freedom fighter did. They just straight up was just out there, like, you know, pretty much just militant, just military style. You know, focus out on the task at hand. You know, so I mean, not sloppy. I mean, they still exist, unlike our organization, unfortunately, because Panthers are dead. Sorry, they may be around, but they're not. You know, for now, you know, they're not as prosperous as they used to be, unfortunately. But all right, thank you for joining me. It's been Live in 5, the only show that starts at 6:40. Guys, we could use all the donations, all the sharing the videos. Go to the YouTubes, go to whatever. We got all the old work. Check out the Thin Blue Vein Society, where we talk about the light skin society that existed, and our Caucasian friend, and I quote, says, if there's a group of white males in an elevator and there's one ginger, they will all make fun of that ginger. So that kind of was another push for this episode, where it was actually just coming from the Caucasian's mouth, where they are looked at as the black person in the elevator, because I just swap them. If you was a black person in the elevator filled with a whole bunch of successions, guaranteed I'm going to be made fun of.
I was like standing on the corner drinking 40s, smoking weed. And so God like pursued me though.
Okay, we're gonna get into some British people eating chicken, and then we're gonna get out of here. Thank you for joining me. Live at 5, the only show that starts at 6:40.
Remind y'all again,
There she is. All right. Thank you for joining me, guys. Bye, screen. Let's put this on 720p because we don't want no problems. Thank you for joining me, guys. Live at 5. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
We're going live at 5. Ooh, we're going you live at 5. You got it. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
Okay. Well.
Shit will kill you fast.
I wonder how their barbecue differs to our barbecue, because our barbecue is just usually a man cooking salmonella underneath an umbrella in the summer.
They look very good.
Big bones, big.
It smells amazing. You just kind of just go for it.
Smile. I don't know.
They are succulent.
I don't.
This was good.
14 hours.
It's well worth it if it tastes like this. It's just like the meat's crumbling apart in your mouth.
Definitely.
And the sauce just makes it so juicy.
Oh look, you can break them off and make it more like ladylike.
Right, Paddy, let it go. There's onions there. I can't speak. I know, I'm just smelling.
Absolutely nothing about brisket.
Oh my god.
It's falling apart. Oh.
It's delicious.
Tastes better than it smells.
So good.
Spicy.
I actually.
As soon as it touches
I
the
agree.
The mustard goes brilliantly, kind of like gives it a cooling off.
Our beef would be nicer though. Like my mom's
You think?
Sunday roast tastes way better.
I don't know. Does look like that.
It looks horrible.
It
Yeah.
does.
Burnt end beans.
Cooked until they're nearly burnt. Ended. As well.
Chili-ish.
Oh, they're very spicy.
Smoky but spicy with a barbecue kick.
I don't like them.
I'd put these on a baked potato.
And it goes from hot to hard to hard to hard, and it's like burning.
It's overpowering.
I'd bathe in it. Beans good, sauce good.
Pasty.
This is pulled pork, obviously.
Yeah, and slaw.
It looks really good. And the smell. Oh my god, if you guys had smell vision. It's falling apart. It's just so soft.
What sauce is it? What's that? What's chipotle?
Chipotle is like spicy.
It keeps you going, you know, like the flavour keeps on coming as you're chewing it.
It's stringy, as it looks. Definitely stringy, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
That's good, I like
Definitely, that'd be my number one now.
We're not
best
there.
animal though. It's just the best. Like,
It is.
they're cute. They taste amazing.
Said they're cute.
It's like a
Scone with pepper sauce.
Biscuits and gravy.
She said it's like scones with pepper sauce. She's in for a rude awakening. I can't imagine. It's like finding out someone who never watched Star Wars before. You never had ribs? You never had brisket? It's good. It's good to be that pure. It's good to be that pure. And I don't know who cooked this food. I'm going to assume maybe it was a mixture of barbecue, maybe American, some black. I didn't see any macaroni and cheese. So I'm going to assume that this is some, maybe Mississippi, some sort of Mississippi mayhem. But I'm not saying that Southern white people don't know how to cook Southern food. Y'all hook it up. Y'all know how to do that. But y'all know how to do some of that. But that's they got a gist of what's the staples of barbecue, American barbecue food anyway. So yeah, they just start dancing and singing just like us. You
know what that came? That came from me. That came from me. It was mine.
Because they have superpowers. ¿Tú no entiendes, chingo?
Gravy biscuits.
Dipping a chocolate digestive into your bis though, like.
Smells nice.
Does it? It's kind of bland.
Follow us on Instagram. Connect on Facebook.
Very chewy.
Wherever you get your podcasts. Be right back.
Tastes like sausages.
It's like something you'd make when you were drunk at 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, it's the whole lot's horrible.
It grows on you though.
Yeah, the sauce is just too sausagey or something.
Yeah, that's actually really not nice.
No, don't like it at all. You obviously love it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Didn't really get to any mac and cheese or anything like that, but that's pretty much the gist. We say they're invited to the barbecue, like this picture. Hold on, we'll get it. There it goes. Hold on, we'll get it. There it goes. We're all hanging out. It ensues that we're all invited, but at least we know that they enjoy the food for sure. Maybe I'll do one more chicken video and then we'll get the hell out of here. Sorry. Just one more chicken video and then that's it. Guys, live at 5.
We're going live at 5. Ooh, ow, we're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
Just want to see the meat and fried. Get a meat and fried chicken, and then I'll get out of here. That'll be it. Almost done. Wrapping it up. Okay. I'm not going to do the whole thing. Do a little bit. Then I'll wrap it up. Thank you for joining me. Live at 5, the only show that starts. Well,
we're going live at 5.
What's your nigga?
Like, subscribe and share. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
Having the crispiest, most fried, most heart-attacky chicken in the world.
I don't feel like it is going to be fried chicken from different restaurants. This is going to be something weird.
I think it's going to be flavors. So like lemon fried chicken.
Hello.
Plum. Hello.
Well, it's hard to say. It could be chicken from anywhere. Can you get chickens in the Antarctic? It could be Antarctic chicken.
Oh no, I smell a bit of spice.
Squidgy.
Do you want me to do a bit squeezy on you?
Please. Thought you'd never ask. Can you hear this?
Oh. Is that a vein?
Yeah, that's skin.
Woo!
How I feel.
Oh, hot.
Don't know what it is. Don't know what it means.
Put it in your mouth.
There's no bones in this one, is there? No. Because if there was, I ate them.
If it was a little bit drier, it would be nicer. Like, it's very greasy.
When the vein looked at me, I said, that's a lot. And then I ate it. Definitely a good start.
Yeah, it was flavoursome.
I think the chicken actually tastes better when it's off, like, the leg meat over the breast.
The breast.
Not leg person all the way.
I'm a breast man all day long.
This is
Asian, I would say.
the herb.
We're going to take a brief break. Be right back. My love is arriving. Enjoy the tunes one more time, and then we're going to wrap it up. But get them tasting the rest of this American fried chicken, and I'll be right back. Live at 5, the only show starts at 6:40. Thank you for joining me, guys. I hope that you learned something today. It's not, we don't just joke around on this show.
You've got to love life to have life, and you've got to have life to love life.
Be right back. Don't forget to share the video.
Really and truly, I'm just picking the lesser of the evil.
I've been hearing that a lot.
All right, welcome back. Okay, this has been fun. 2:15. Didn't know it was gonna go that far, but it's all good. It's okay. We got it. We got everything out. I just wanted to talk about the connection, and I wanted to address the fact that we understand why you would want an alliance. Sometimes the Saxon can be overwhelming, so we're here to help. All right, get the rest of the meat and chicken, and then that's it. That's it for the night.
Herb and the garlic is beautiful. That's some good chicken.
Yeah.
It's firm yet tender.
I'm getting a taste of sweetness. Tiny sweetness.
It's like they just give you less for the sake of holding it on the bone.
Chuba Chubbs should do their own version.
But when you're holding onto the bone, eating something at the end, you kind of feel like a caveman. These were awesome.
Yeah, they're very nice. Not as nice as the first one.
No, they
personally.
weren't. I prefer the first one.
Yes, the flavour is better.
Yeah, I think this one was more flavoursome than the last one.
Okay.
These are a little like.
I can't speak for Japan, so can't speak for Japan. Okay, guys, it's been almost 3 hours, so that's about it. I think that the O in the O ginger snap is the fact that mainly it's I think it's a revolution in itself, recognizing our comparisons and recognizing that the fact that we have a history together. I think it's a revolution in itself that you guys are stepping up to, for once, the only people in our lifetime to have empathy for our past and show it and not use it against us. I'm not naming names.
This is the Asian pork rind.
Yeah, word up. So I say go forth, and I wish you the best of luck, and we're here to support you any way that we can. I feel like something like this is more of not just like some sort of cool like fad or tidbit or something that should trend for a couple of weeks or something. I feel like it's a possible blueprint for the future, and I hope that it reminds us that our human tapestry is far richer than it's far more intertwined, all the way down to the fact that we have the same hairstyles in our lineage and braids and things like that, and music and food. And I showed some of the stuff today. We have a very deep history in our roots, especially when we were down and out. We were there for each other. So when you're up, we're here, and when we're down, we're here for you as well. So keep that in mind, and keep in mind that, like I said, the fact that you're doing this is a revolution in itself, and we appreciate it. There's no one in our lifetime that has done something like that. So maybe this would be something that finally prevails over prejudice. Hopefully this would be the Irish straw that breaks prejudice back. All right. Thank you for joining me. I've been your host. This has been Live at 5, the only show that starts at 6:45. And this has been Oh Ginger Snap.
We're going live at 5. Ooh, ow, we're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
Again, this episode is dedicated to Chubbs. Rest in peace to my cat. She was loved. She's still loved. And this episode is dedicated to her as far as connection. Do we still have it? There she is. Yeah. Do we still have it? I like to think so. All right. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. This has been Live at 5, the only show that starts at 6:45. I've had fun. I hope you have fun too. Don't forget to love yourself, and they love you right back. And I'll see you tomorrow. I've been your host, unearthing, and I am officially out of here.
Remind y'all again.
Love you. Bye. Let me remind you again.